Must be getting early, got to run late. Came out of the morning, since I look so phony. Dawn is breaking everywhere, like a can of cursed man. Draw the curtains, I don't care, 'cause it's alright. I will get by. I will get by. I will get by. I will survive.
I first heard Touch of Grey, I heard Hunter do it. He does it with a different melody, so I rewrote the melody. He did it completely different, but I love the way it worked. The song has turned into an anthem in this last tour. Everybody loves it, you know. So I don't know. It doesn't matter what it originally meant anymore. You know what I mean? I like to not tie things down if possible. So that sort of thing of floating, but it's a great song to sing. It's a great song to perform. It really works well, you know. So from a musician's point of view, does the song have a life of its own? It has a life of its own. So it's a good song, good choice.
No, the red is in your ears. Dog is not dead in years. It's even worse than it appears, but it's alright. Now it's giving terror to see. You can't reach its 17. The word he knows you're all unseen, but it's alright. I will get by. I will get by. I will get by. I will survive.
So far, we've survived. So far. We've gotten by. So far.
Yes, right.
Well, then maybe that should be the name of the tune.
So far.
We will survive so far?
We have survived so
So
far.
far. Well, but...
Well, maybe that's the name of the record. That'd be a real corny record.
Well, then there's nothing like that in a lyric.
No.
So...
No, that's
Oh, we could
too,
change the lyrics.
that's too specific.
And the music. Change the song.
Nah.
No,
Too much trouble. Too much
Yeah, too much trouble. We just barely got this one.
Yeah, can you imagine trying to learn the whole thing all over again?
The shoe is on the hand it fits. Really nothing much to it. It's a through the teeth and spit. It's alright. Oh well, a touch of gray and a suit you anyway. That was all I had to say. It's alright. I will get by. I will get by. I will get by. I will survive.
Well, for me, Touch of Grey is like I've been playing music for a long time, been in a band for a long time. And it may be an anthem, it may not, but the part that I most like about the song, I really like about the song, is that we will survive. We will survive.
That's
That
my
means
favorite part of the
Me
song.
and my family, you and your family, we will survive.
That means everybody on Earth, we will
That's
survive.
what it means.
It's gonna,
What's it mean to you?
That's exactly what it means to me.
Everybody
It's
on Earth,
everybody.
say that.
It's we all, the whole Earth will survive. It hits me right here. It's close to home.
We will get by. We will get by. We will get by. We will survive. We will get by.
I've been waiting for an opportunity to do something with Gary Gutierrez, who did the animation on our early Grateful Dead film. Any opportunity to work with him is always fun. So we were working on this album, and I thought somewhere along the line it seemed like the record company was going to require a video from us for some reason. So I sent some rough mixes of the tunes to Gary. They liked Touch of Grey, and it just sort of fell together.
The very first night we started listening to this, we sort of came up with this slightly obvious idea. Once you think of it, it seems like, what else would you do? But because the Grateful Dead is sort of known for live concert performance, and so, having skeletons perform live seems like practically an obvious idea.
Do you find it a little bit strange that we're making a MTV-style music video?
Well, no, it's an idea whose time has come.
Oh, it really has. I think this is about the only way we could get away with something like this. This is about the straightest we could possibly get, and it's just right. I think, it's as it should be.
Yeah, I mean, how many times in our life do we get to lip sync?
Yeah. To skill.
This is going to be it,
It's more concise. It's more like the Grateful Dead and concise, as opposed to like the stuff we've been doing. It's been like hour-long stuff, hour-long videos and stuff as far as videos.
This one's 4.5 minutes.
Yeah, we don't get up there and play for 4.5 minutes.
Even though the idea of skeletons is not exactly a new one to us, this version of it may be terrific. This might be something special. So that's the reason for going for it.
So far, we've got Jerry down in a prototype stage, and that was just to get Gary Gutierrez to okay the art direction we're going in, because there were basically two directions we could have gone. One would be a pure decomposed skeleton look, in which the members of the Dead would have raggedy clothes and little pieces of flesh, and not much showing except a skeleton. The method we've chosen is going for more of a character skeleton. And the Garcia one, as you'll see, has foam padding to mimic Jerry and nice long hair, and I'll have facial hair. We have photographs of each member against a grid, and that way we can get proportions and try to match them as close as possible for realism.
What I just did with you saw me working on was the chest cavities on these skeletons were far too small, and we had to enlarge them to make them the 6'1" that they're supposed to be, at the size the band members are. And what I had to do was cut a piece of wood, drill the wood, sand the bone, put this in here, clamp it, cut out these small pieces, drill through those, sand those, and then find the right screws. Put them in. None of them had to use my fingers. You see they're a little bit ripped up from doing that. Basically, that's what it is. I'm going to have to cover all this with a plastic substance that makes it look like just regular bones, so you can't see them in the T-shirts, because you can see into the bones through the T-shirts, and it doesn't work that way. You have to cover it up so you can't see the wood, or else they're not skeletons at all.
Okay, what we're seeing is a very rough version of the final marionette puppet, which will be operated by a single person. At this point, to do all the functions, it would take more than one person. He has a mouth that moves, and his head will be able to turn. His hand-picking hand will be operated, as well as his chord-playing hand, sliding up and down. We have full body control. We will have up and down. And hopefully we'll have them looking as much like the Dead as the Dead themselves.
Everyone's got something that makes them individuals, and especially with a band like the Dead, they're so researched and so familiar to everyone. It's pretty easy to get characteristics out.
Some of the things we think about when coordinating our puppeteer with the actual puppet is whether or not the person's had any musical experience, which everyone that we've picked has, since the band members aren't as energetic as some band members can be. We've gotten people that are, try to match character with puppet to make the transfer of this movement to that movement a lot more subtle and realistic.
Today on the stage, we're just testing lighting gels. We've got a sort of a stand-in skeleton that we've got an array of gels in order to determine what how we'll gel the concert lighting the night of the event. We have one of the skeletons virtually completed, which is the Garcia skeleton. And we're going to be testing the range of movement and what kind of performance we can get out of it. Also, we'll be bringing in some of the puppeteers who'll be working with us the night of the show, and they'll get a chance to work with the puppet and rehearse a little bit and come up with some gags and ideas of how to work with him.
Okay, he's not going to be able to support the weight of it, so you're going to have to...
Is that strap line enough?
That's a good question. Is that about where we want it?
Yeah, lower.
A little lower still?
It plays lower.
That's good for now.
Okay. As long as we can adjust.
It's enough for 5 seconds. But it's enough. I mean, it's just a cutaway, you know? You cut that, it's letting you through. Yeah, we didn't go listen through.
It would be easier though if it were Brent, or somebody that's kind of like we can cut to, is playing and has got a cigarette in his hand.
Maybe we can make Brent really nervous and he'll smoke.
Brent doesn't smoke.
Well, maybe it could be a joint.
So anyway, it's a simpler gag now. So we can put Kreutzmann's, put the cookie in Kreutzmann's head. Rhodey will come up, put a cigarette in his mouth while he's just still playing, and we ignite the smoke cookie so that his head fills out with smoke at that, right at that point.
Okay, that's easy.
Yeah. Of course, the skeleton of somebody is always going to be a little different than the real thing, but we're building out everyone so that the body posture and their height are matched, and the general way that they move will be duplicated. And enough of the cues of what we recognize as the band members.
That's okay, just in time. Let me see what that does. Just point it on, let me see.
Yeah, that looks just like it.
Must be getting early. Clocks are running late. Louder. In my number morning sky. It looks so phony. Thoughts breaking everywhere. Light a candle, curse the glare. Draw the curtains, I don't care. 'Cause grab a more head movement. I feel get by.
I think if he eats a few more of these, we could get a little more weight on him, You got to watch your diet, Eat more animal fats, a little more protein. Do you agree? Do you agree? Do the puppeteers agree? Okay. Well, I'll keep this for you when you're ready to have a bite of it, okay? Well, wait a minute. Here you go. There you are. I knew you were ready. Very good. I'll have one with you. Okay? That's a boy. Watch the diet. Keep it up. Stick on your strict chicken diet, and you'll be fine. Bye. They were testing to make sure that the drumsticks were right in my hands, right? And the puppeteer watched me hold the sticks and is going to make models of my hands on the drumsticks. Actually, the right hand should be straight out because it's going to be hitting crash cymbals and stuff. Do we want to make it that accurate? Are we talking about?
What we want to do is not make it completely accurate, but make it versatile.
And so we were just working together so he would learn how to actually do the puppet work when we do the shoot.
we let the audience go after the afternoon gig. Then we bring everybody back, and we shoot with the band and the audience, getting them interacting together doing the last chorus.
Ready?
Well, I got him a bug for his lapel.
And then you can use this. Yeah. Where they made it out. Pull his head up. Yeah.
So this is
the whole back.
Yeah. This is the pole. Hey, could you get the prop man up here to put that felt back on his finger?
Oh, we lost a little bit.
And could we put his one finger crossed too?
I think the most difficult thing so far has been dealing with just the logistics of working special effects at a live event in which there are going to be thousands of people around, and having to work what's normally a very kind of close set controlled circumstances for effects. We're sort of taking them out into the world and trying to perform them, you know, on a live stage.
I think my sculling goes like this a little too much.
Too much like that?
Otherwise, I never realized I sang like that so much.
You know what? We haven't watched it.
We think they'll take over?
I don't think they can play as well as we can.
No, it's really
They might
hard.
look better.
They do look better, and this is what we would look
No,
like if we
come
were
on.
dead and we were playing together. This is exact. Oh, we'd have to be dead a few weeks.
A little while, yeah.
Can we do an action cue rehearsal of this thing? Okay, Charlie. And is Wim hearing this? Who's going to cue this?
Ready, Wim?
If we're going to do rehearsal, can you ignore these guys for a minute and pay attention to our action thing, and we'll do a rehearsal on that? Are you in contact with Wim?
I'm cueing the Wim.
He's cueing Wim. Okay, the action is, we'll have music lead in, they'll start playing, and then we'll cue Charlie to come in with the cigarette. Wim will anticipate enough that by the time he gets that in his mouth, there's stuff actually coming out.
Ready? Yep. All right, here we go, please.
Ready, Wim?
Quiet, please, for a minute for rehearsing.
Puff's got to be coming out of his
And.
mouth. Pat, there's cigarettes in it.
Okay. All right, here we go. Rehearsing. Action, Charlie.
Go, Wim.
Close the mouth.
Great. Perfect. Great.
Perfect.
Grab the cigarette.
Well, I hope you got that one.
Yeah.
Well, it's very nice to bring them in. They've been knowing me so long, and so they just want to do what I ask them to do. It's come to be a common thing, a natural thing, whereby they'll obey me and do whatever I ask them to do. And I've been with Bill going on 23 years. Take it slow and easy. No one walk ahead of them. Everyone behind us. Slowly. Slowly. Everyone behind us. Stay behind us now. Stay behind me now. Right behind them. Slowly.
One way we can keep it a little bit warmer is if we could open up this whole area and spread back so we have more room for dancing. So, yeah. So if I get the folks to move back a bit, everybody move back to the side, because I want to see some dancing, some moving around, like, shaking shit, Move it out. Move it off to the side, move it back. No, hey, you're doing good. I like that chick too. Nice meeting. No, split back and out to the side. That's gonna be better. A little more on that side. Okay? No, I won't do anything to. Now we're talking a little bit back.
Yeah, we should have our own network. Deadhead Network. By all means. Why not? It's a big movement. There's a lot happening here.
So we're gonna
For sure.
we're gonna see the audience in these shots.
Okay, we're doing that. But Steven's going to do insert close-up.
And he's going to get the drum. Okay, he's going to get this. Okay. Let me get my camera in here.
Camera, A-time. Yeah.
Bobby, stand on that mark. Let me see what happens.
That's kind of stacking it. Like this.
So kind of trying to avoid Helen here.
Pretty ugly, those two white balls.
Okay, sure. All right. No problem.
The meathead in the foreground. Playback, please.
It could get a lot weirder, and hopefully it will. Once
Oh,
we
I think it will
explore
get weirder.
this.
Once we've explored this and got our feet wet on this, then there are other film ideas that are
Yeah, right around the corner.
right around the corner.
Yeah, film is not music video.
It's true.
So let's do one music video and have done with it.
Well, we're almost done.
Thank God.
Deadheads are going to like it, and people that have never seen the Grateful Dead might become interested in the band and the music. And if that happens, if we get more people interested in our music, that's my idea of doing a good video.
Events have carried us this far, you know what I mean? They're just going along, and that seems to work pretty good when we sort of take a hands-off approach, you know, kind of let things happen. So we'll see what happens, where this gets us, because right now we're in motion. We're on our way somewhere. It's hard to tell where.
Comes to shine.